We didn't have no money. I come from a council estate. Some of you might have heard my story. You have no money. Mummy ain't got no money to buy food. Mummy ain't got no money to buy trainers. Instead of sending me to the shop, she's sending me to the next door neighbours. Sending me to the next door neighbours, I'm embarrassed. Knocking on the next door neighbour's door. Where you are, Ashley? You all right? Yeah, my mum said, have you lot got any flour, please? My mum said, so you feel embarrassed, you ain't got no money. That's how we grow up. And if she ain't sending me to my next door neighbour, she is sending me to the shop, but she's sending me to the shop with no money. She's writing a note. Take this to Paul and tell him that we need these things. And hurry up. We didn't write. No money. So I'm going to the shop and I'm embarrassed and I'm giving Paul the note. And he's reading the note and he's saying, look, tell your mum next time I'm not doing it. It's the last time. I'm embarrassed. I'm angry. As an 8-9-year-old boy, I'm angry. And this is where the anger starts for the young boy. So I'm walking back through my estate and it's like, I've got rubbish trainers on as well. The first person who wants to laugh at me or say something, I just want to fight them because I've got this anger built up inside me. I want to let out that anger. But when you get home, and my brother's saying, we're going to a different world. We turn on the TV and we're seeing the rap stars. So we can close the door on our poor life and we can imagine our room is somewhere else. So when I'm watching them rap stars and they're in them nice clothing and they're smoking and they got the sunglasses on and they got the women in the bikinis and they're doing all these things, I'm watching it saying, yeah, I feel like I'm them. I'm not got on the nice car. I'm wearing a string vest and some ripped up pajamas, but I feel like I'm him. And I'll roll up a piece of paper and imagine it's a cigar and I'll be like, yeah, we fly high, no lie, you know this, bullet, hey. This is me, like I want to be like them. But why? I understand why. And I know why the young man wants these things. And he looks up to these things. You know why it is? Because he said, what did he say? You got to find your role models. Pick your role models. Who's your role models? I didn't have no role models. Wallahi, I had no one telling me. My mum is all I had. I had no uncles, no aunties, no cousins, no sisters. Because my mum doesn't know who her dad is. And my mum's mum left her when she was young. So that means I got no grandparents, no aunties, no cousins, no nothing. And my dad's gone. So I got no uncles, no aunties, no grandparents, no cousins on that side. So I've literally got my mum. My mum can't handle the stresses of life. So my mum is drinking alcohol every day, 24 hours a day. So my mum is not actually all there. So I can't actually have a serious conversation with her. So the one person I have got is not stable to have a conversation with. So who's my role model? I got an older sister. But she's so angry at mum. You know what women are like. They're more emotional that she's ran away from the house. So my sister don't want to be there. So my sister's in the clubs every night. She's staying at her friend's house. She's just not turning up. So it's just me and this mum. So I'm just in my room and I'm picking these people as my role models. Well, I got no one telling me, do you know what? You don't need to go for these richest things. It doesn't matter if you're poor. Do you not know that Abu Hurairah used to tie a rock to his stomach when he... So give me some inspiration to make me feel like, you know, it doesn't even matter. I'm like Abu Hurairah then. He never had money. I ain't got no... There's no one telling me, do you know that... Like, it doesn't matter, you're this young black boy with terrible shoes. Do you know Bilal ibn Rabah was a black slave? He never had nothing, but he had a lot. So I could say, you know what, I'm like Bilal then. Yeah, do you know what, I don't even care. I'm going out in flip-flops today. I never had no one to look up to, none of these role models. And I don't know that there's a judgment day and that there's a paradise after this life. I believe that this is life's all you got. Imagine if you haven't been taught about Islam or this religion. You've never heard of it. So I'm thinking, so wait there, what happens? We're born, we live and we die and that's it. So while I'm here, while I'm living, I need to make the most out of this life. Because when I die, it's all over. And then my friend just got shot in the head in the barbershop. He's dead. He's only 19. My cousin, she's dead. She's only 16. My next friend's dead. She's only 22, got shot outside the club. So I'm thinking, hold on. Everyone's dying in these young ages. I need to live fast because I could die any time. And when you die, that's it. It's all over. So I understand why I was in a rush to have these things. Because we all want happiness, no matter what colour we are, what age we are, what race we are, what religion we are. That's what we all want in this life. So I'm thinking these things are going to make me happy. I'm in a rush to find that happiness before I die. Because it's the only life I got. But what I didn't understand was, I chased those things. I chased all of those things. And then my first job ever was a film. I went from 0 to 100. I never had a job. And these people from the BBC TV channel come to my area. And they said, and this is what we want. The main thing you want is to be famous. You want to be famous and you want to be known. I remember they come to my area. I lived in Brixton, South London. You know, this is like a rough area in London. So they come around, they say, I said, yeah, what are you lot doing around here? They said, we're going to be making a film. I see like all the crew. I said, yeah, can't make a film in my area unless I'm in it, because I'm the boss of this area. But I'm just saying that, like I'm cocky as a youngster. And they say, okay, we like this guy. Like, you know, why don't you come down to the BBC? We'll give you an audition. I said, what, for real? They said, yeah. I said, Mum, the people saying that I should come to the BBC, I can have an audition to be in a film. So my mum says, where, which film? My son's going to be on TV. My mum's happy. Give me the address. Because that's all my mum's hoping. Every time my mum's mash up, drunk, she'd call me and she'd be like, my son, you're going to be rich, you know. You're going to help mummy. You're going to be rich and buy a big house. So you got that pressure. So mum's happy now. When it's the day to go there, mum's ready, got me ready. She's like, come, we're going to BBC. Enough cocoa butter on my face, comb out your afro. Because I used to like my afro picky, like not combed. I used to think it looked rough, it looked good. She's like, comb out my afro. Enough cocoa butter. I look like I'm going to church. I'm going BBC, but I've gone down there with my mum. And when we got there, I was nothing special. There's about 1,000 other kids with their parents. I said, I thought, so I said, nah, mum, let's go home, man. Let's go home. This job, I'm not going to get this. Look how much kids are here. And my mum said, no. I said, look, that boy, I've seen him on TV before. He's famous. These are professionals. And these kids look professional. They was all out there. They roll up their sleeves and they like got a bottle of water. Like they know what they're doing. I don't know that way. So I said, let's go. I'm nervous. I'm like a fish out of water. My mum says, you're good. You're professional. What do you mean? I said, Mum, I've never acted before. Yes, you have. I come and watch your play at school. I said, Mum, that's an nativity play. It's Father Christmas. This is real TV. But you know, mums just want to push you, innit? Mums think you're the best. Yeah. So Mum said, look, you're going in there, come. So I've gone in the room now. And when I go in the room, it's like, they take us in 30 at a time. And we're all sitting around the table and they're saying, right, they put the script in front of each one of us. And they say, like, read these lines, 30 people. I want you to say your name, where you're from, and read the lines. But remember, these kids are young. They're in a children's home. That's the characters I'm trying to play. So I want you to be streetwise. I want you to be a bit rough, a bit intimidating, a bit of a bad boy, you know? So I'm like, okay. But I'm still nervous. And the first boy has to read. Where I've sat, alhamdulillah, it's like I'm towards the end. I'm one of the last ones. So I get to listen to everyone else first. First boy has his goal. He's very loud. He's very big. So I'm thinking, we don't speak like that. So now I'm getting more confident the more I listen to them. And they're all speaking, and then until I realize these guys ain't got a clue. That doesn't sound bad. Because they're just like, yo, what rude boy, man? Like, come, like. I was thinking, take it down. Like, that's not how we. So when it was my turn, I done it. And she looked at me and she said, wow, that was so, like, real. That was very authentic. I felt a bit scared. And I was like, yeah, that's just how we talk, innit? That's just how we talk. Until that one day we're in the market shopping, my mum gets the call, and I know it's them because my mum put on this posh voice, and my mum's proper yardie, ghetto Jamaican. So I don't even understand her when she's talking sometimes. That's how my mum is. My mum, yo, put on the thing, come in. This hello. So this has got to be BBC. Yes, I'm with him now. Yes. Oh, he would love to do it. So I'm happy now, like young. I was about 14. I'm like, yes. But the first thing I said to my mum is, Mum, how much am I getting paid? What am I getting paid? And she's like, oh Lord, yeah, he wants to know the money. Like, how much are you getting paid? So they said it was like £750 a week, around that. So I said, what? Back then, this is 1998. That's a lot of money. I'm like, what? I could buy enough Nike trainers. I'm never going in that shop with a note again. So every week. And so I'm just working out in my head. So I'm going to get £750 today. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days goes, and I get it again. And then it goes, and it's going to go on for 3 months. I said, this is sick. My life's about to change. That's the first job I got. My life's about to change. I said, what day do we start? Where do I have to be? We're taking all the details down. So my mum said, I said, yeah, I know how to get there. I can catch the number 2 bus all the way there. It's around the corner. I'll be there in it takes like 8 minutes to get there. I'm living in Norwood now, and it's just down the hill to Brixton. The woman said on the phone, no, he doesn't need to get a bus. He's going to have his own chauffeur for the whole duration of filming. I said, what? A chauffeur come and pick me up? Couldn't wait. So first day of filming. It's about 6:40 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, they pick you up. I remember my house phone ringing. I answer the phone, it's like, hello, Mr. Chin, your car's outside. So I was thinking, yeah, I'm coming now. I like that. It sounds like Mr. Chin. Like everyone call me Ash, but it could be Mr. Chin. I say, Mum, the car's outside. I'm going. So I go outside. Now listen, I'm on a bad estate. A bad estate. Rough. No rich people around there. And I walked out down the stairs through the alleyway. On my estate, it's just alleyways. And so it's not roads, it's like alleys. And each alley has 40-something doors. So I walk through my alley and then down the stairs to where the road is. When I get to the road, I just see this black S-Class Mercedes. Man gets out in the white shirt, the black trousers. He's like, good morning, Mr. Chin. He opens the door. I'm thinking, yo, Mr. Chin, I can get used to this lifestyle. Like, I was looking at a Mercedes, yeah, with the Mercs. Looking inside, I see there's like a newspaper folded and a bottle of water. That's for me. I don't even read the newspaper. I'm young then. But I'm just thinking that's for me. My newspaper, my water. I'm looking at the man, the driver with the suit on. This is nuts on my estate. And the man's looking at me like, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, nice, good. It's proper good. And he's thinking, no, I'm saying, is everything okay? Do you want to get in the car or like... But obviously I wanted to get in the car, but I was just thinking, I remember standing there as a youth thinking, you know what, I'm going to get in the car, but I need somebody to see me getting in the car. Like, I can't just get in the car. Someone has to see me get in the car. Because what am I going to do? Just get in the car and that's it. I'm waiting for, there's a girl called Natalie that lives at number 42. I want Natalie to see me. So I can be like, you're right, Natalie, morning, no, just going to work. Then get in the car. Now you can drive. Because that's the kind of people we are from then. We need people to see everything we do to validate it, to make it seem like it's worth it. Like I never had Instagram or Snapchat then, so I could go, yeah, just snapping, just in my Mercedes, just going to work right now. Yeah, tired, man. It's just been my chauffeur. Like, so the people could see. And you know what kind of people we are? We need the people to see. It's almost as if it wasn't worth nothing if the people didn't see it. Because we let the people control our happiness. If the people don't see it, you know, it's times I've heard people say, that was a waste of an outfit, man. No one saw me in that outfit. So it was like a waste. If the people see it and the people rate it and the people say, you did, then you feel good. The people controlling our happiness. It's like we're held hostage by the people. If the people say something bad about you, you feel sad. If the people say something good, you feel good. You know what happened? I got in the car, went to work, nobody didn't see it, was too early. Next day, the car picked me up. I went to work again. After a week or two, the guy used to phone me and say, the car's outside. I just answer the phone like this. Yeah, I'm coming now. I used to run downstairs, jump in the car like, yeah. And I used to just go sleep. I didn't care now. You know why? Because the novelty wore off. It no longer meant anything to me. I didn't care. Like, I'm used to it now. And that's how everything in this life is. It's like you want it because you don't have it. You want it, you're fascinated by the idea of it. Like, can you imagine if I had a chauffeur, if I had a Mercedes, if I had that? You're in love with the idea, you want it. But once you have it within your grasp, it no longer means anything. Now you want something else. You're sitting in the back of that car thinking about something else that you could want. That you thought was going to make you happy. But now you've got it, it's not making you happy because you're thinking about the next thing that you need to make you happy. Nothing matters, and that's with everything. With everything, just like through the stages of life. The young boys, if I said to them what would make them happy, they're all going to say like, what if I could get an Xbox or a chocolate when you're like 3 years old, a sweetie. If I say to the 12, 13-year-olds, what's going to make you happy? They're going to say, my own iPhone, or can I stay out later at night? If I say to the 17-year-olds, what's going to make you happy? My own car. I say, what about an Xbox or a chocolate? They'll be like, no. Because it changes. It always changes. If I say to the 21-year-olds, it's like my own flat. Do my parents to trust me? Freedom. Can I stay out later? So we're always chasing this happiness. And then we get to that stage of that happiness and no longer makes us happy. We're thinking about the next thing that's going to make us happy already. So we're chasing happiness and it don't really exist. So that's how I was. That was my first job. That broke kid, I was chasing happiness. I was looking at them rap stars thinking I want that life in my string vest. Yeah, I want it. And then look, my first job, I got a chauffeur picking me up. I'm going to be on TV now. Some other kid could look at me. So I've chased the happiness. I chased this money and I didn't find no contentment, no inner peace. It just became the novelty, just wear off. It just became nothing to me. And that's when I started thinking, what will make me happy then? And I looked into many things. You know, it's like Allah said, when you take these steps towards Allah, Allah comes running to you. It's like Allah knew that slave there is taking steps towards me. So he came running to me, and out of nowhere, Islam was all over the place, like coming in front of me. Islam, 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 Islam. Like, you can't find happiness in this. And then I met a Muslim, and it's like, they start asking me these questions like, what's the purpose of life? You know, you come from a God, a creator. Do you not know that after you die, there's a paradise? You're going to be judged on everything you do. There's a judgment day, and then there's a paradise. So your purpose in life is to do the things which please God and to stay away from the things that displease God. Because on that judgment day, they're going to be weighed like scales. And if your good outweighs your bad, you'll be the people of paradise. If your bad outweighs your good, you'll be the people of Jahannam. So you've got a purpose while you're here to try and do the good and avoid the bad. So I'm thinking this makes sense. He's saying, yeah, this life is just a test. Don't look for happiness in this life. You'll never find it. This life is just a test. You need to focus on pleasing Allah. How can you even expect your heart to be content if you don't have a relationship with the one who created your heart? You're never going to be happy. You're never going to be content. You're chasing it. You're looking for happiness in all the wrong areas. The within ain't going to be content unless it has a relationship with the one who created it. So I'm thinking, do you know what? I need to focus on Allah more. I need to take more steps towards this religion. So I start taking more steps towards this religion. Start researching it, reading it, and like I said, I'm looking into it. And the more I look into it, the more I was enthusiastic. Like, do you know what? This is better. The way they're moving, the way these, like I was saying before, about the way these brothers, these women are moving and these men are moving. That's the kind of peaceful life. That's the peaceful life I want. So, I remember, I always tell this story, the way this guy gives the dawah. Someone was talking to me about Islam. I told him, yeah, I'm thinking of becoming a Muslim. I was enthusiastic, yeah. We've got to be careful when we're giving dawah. He was like, I told him I want to become Muslim. I was enthusiastic, excited. He was young. And you know, sometimes the young Muslims got a different type of energy. I had it when I was young as well. I had it like when I was 6-7 months into being Muslim. My energy was different. I was straight. I felt like I just graduated from Medina University. I know I didn't, but that's how I felt. That's how I felt. I walked in my household to my mum. I'd look at her. If I see alcohol, I'll pick it up, I'll pour it down the sink, and I'd move her hand like, nope. And I even changed the way I spoke. My mum once looked at me and said, why you got this accent? I said, mother, you see this drink? It will take you to the fire. It will take you to the fire. You can't drink this drink. And I started realizing, why am I using this accent? Why don't I just talk normal? But I felt more religious with that accent. I was 6 months in. Like, mother, I can't have this conversation. I'd repeat myself. If this will take you to the fire, I'm telling you this drink, it will take you to the fire. Like, Papa was doing it like the talks. And then I'd even throw in Arabic words, knowing she don't understand. Like, even people on the street, I'd walk down the street, I'd see people, and I'd just say to the brother, I remember when they teach me the Arabic word nasiha. First brother I see, I'll be like, Assalamu alaikum, brother. If you come here, I just want to give you some nasiha. Brother. Like, I felt like, you know, I'm enjoying the good, forbid the wrong. Like, but I was 6 months in. So this guy, I remember when I was a non-Muslim and I met him, he was a bit like that, but at the time I didn't know. So I said to him, bro, you're Muslim, yeah? And he said, yeah, of course I am, brother, of course I am. I said, yeah, I'm thinking of joining you, you know. But I don't know if I had something, a lighter in my hand, and I was like in a different place. I wasn't Muslim yet. So he's looked at me and he's just disregarded. He's like, are you sure? Oh, I don't know if you could do that, bro. So I was thinking, hold on, like I was enthusiastic, I got pure energy, and he's like, you know, like everything you're doing, like there's a lot you're doing, like it's haram, innit? Like you live a very haram life. So I said, what? I don't even know what haram is. I said, what's that word? Like I don't even know what that is. He said, it's unlawful, it's disallowed. Like a lot of things you do, you have to stop, you know, if you want to be a Muslim. I said, like what? Because I felt judged now. I was like, what do I do? Like, and he goes, like this rapping thing you're doing, like. I said, oh yeah, I get it, like. But to me at the time, I was thinking, it's not a criminal activity. Like, for me, it was just like, what's against the law, what's not against the law. I wasn't even considering what's Allah's laws. So he says, no, it's a criminal, like, you're not allowed. And then I thought, you know what, I'm rapping about guns and drugs, and I get it. He goes, no, all the rapping, all the music, it's haram, bro. You can't do it. Music is haram. I was like, well, all music. So what about them love songs, like them women like Celine Dion, and them songs like I can't live and living is without you. That's positive. Like, how's that haram? He said, no, all music, it doesn't matter, it's all haram. I was thinking, is this guy know what he's talking about or not? So I said, okay, so what if, I started questioning my cocky side, come out, I said, what if you go to a party then? What are you going to do? Dance in the party with no music? Like, how you, he goes, a party's haram as well. I said, the party's haram. I was thinking, that's definitely a positive thing. People go to a party to have a good time, not to have a bad time. No one want to kill you. It's a good thing. So I said, so how can parties be around? What if it's your birthday and you want to celebrate? How are you going to celebrate your birthday? You can't have a birthday party. He said, birthdays is haram, bro. I said, you for real? So no birthday as well. I'm thinking, I said, you know what? I don't even need to celebrate my birthday, to be fair. I'm over that now. I'm 18. I just go to a restaurant, invite a couple of girls, guys, have a dinner, bring out a little cake. I'm good with that. He said, what? I said, go to a restaurant. He goes, what? With girls and guys in the place having dinner? He says, that's haram as well, bro. I said, why? Just sitting down in a restaurant eating? He says, yeah, because it's like free mixing, it's haram. I said, wow. So I'm thinking, do you know what? I come in this conversation positive, but you're making it negative. I'm going to leave this conversation. I'm going to the shop, you know. Do you want anything? I'm going to the high street. He goes, where are you going? I said, I'm just going to get something to eat on the high street. He said, what are you eating? I said, I was going to get like a McDonald's or something. He said, yeah, McDonald's is haram, bro. So I was thinking to myself, I'm leaving this conversation like, wow. I remember walking to the food shop thinking, I'm not sure about this decision now. As a young man, 18, 19 years old, I'm unsure now because I'm thinking, I want to enjoy myself a little bit. Like, it sounds like that religion's going to be too hard. So when I saw the first Muslim, he was giving me dawah, and he was like, Ashley, how are you? Let me talk to you, man. How's things? You still thinking of becoming a Muslim? Like, you remember the last time I saw you? You said, next time. I was like, I didn't even want to see you today. I said, boy, do you know what? I don't know, you know. He's like, what do you mean? Like, you were so positive last time. I said, yeah, I know, but I was chatting to this guy, like, and he's telling me you're not allowed to have a birthday and burgers are haram. And, you know, he was just teaching me about what's haram. And he was like, what? It's like he was so angry inside. He said, who was talking to you about this? I said, you saw some young Muslim, but he was proper religious. He had his beard and da-da. He was like, no. And he started teaching me about faith. And this is like the within, the internal. He's like, do you not listen? If even Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, have mercy on her, said if they came to us with the rule straight away, we would have all ran away. First, we had to learn faith. We had to learn faith. We had to build up our faith. If you don't have no faith, how are you going to follow rules? Once the faith was high, for years, it was years before any rules and commands came down. Once the faith was high, when the rules come, their faith is so high. They know about Allah. They know about paradise, heaven and hell and Allah's qadr. Their faith was so high. When the rules came, they listen and obey with no option. Tell the believing women to cover this. Rip. We do that now. We don't even need to question. Because they had so much faith. That's a command from Allah. We do it. As though that's a command from Allah. We do it. They didn't question that because they had so much faith. So now, I'll go back to how I started. The buying the can of beans and the corn, and I was thinking to myself, what is up with this religion? I was analysing, not even the people, even myself. My friend came out of prison the other day. He done 12 years. He done 12 years behind the door. So like, he was with us for 3 years before he went jail as Muslims. And when he come out, I said to him, he said to me, I'm looking at everyone. And he says, what happened, bro? And I said, what do you mean? He goes, what happened? I just don't feel like, it feels like it's not the same. Like, what have you guys done with your Islam? See, when he starts throwing that question at man, like, what have you done with your Islam, man? I'm thinking, what do you mean? He says, I feel like Allah done me a favor, putting me in that jail cell for those years. Because now at first I was jealous of you because you was out here. But now I've come out here and I see what everyone's like and how everyone's iman is. Allah done me a favor putting me in jail. That's the way he said. I was thinking, wow. I was thinking, well, we're still praying and that. But that's how it felt. But I realized, you know what? He's like, we're in a bad way. And I'm just going by his analysis. It looks like it's in a bad state, bro. And then I was thinking about it when I was driving. And I think about many things I've seen over the years. And what attracted me to the religion and what I found in the religion. Like, I just feel like it's like everything we was taught is like the opposite we do. Everything I was attracted to, we're more the opposite. No digs, this is just our own observation, something we can think about and learn. But I was thinking, like, even little things, little tiny things like Allah says, trim the moustache and grow the beard. I first became Muslim, I went straight to Egypt to study. I want to be around the Muslims, and it was like everyone trim the beard and grow the moustache. They literally done the opposite. Like that was a sign of, clean shaven and a big moustache. So I was like, right, they're doing the opposite. Little things like the wedding. The simplest wedding is the best in the eyes of Allah. We are simple. The Muslims are simple. I went to my first Muslim wedding. It was the biggest wedding I've ever been to in my life. It was extravagant. I even remember saying, like, when the auntie came to me, good wedding, yeah? I said, yeah, it's like the dress looks like she's wearing diamonds. This is proper big, innit? She goes, no, this is the first day. Wait till tomorrow. I don't know about up here, but we're the most extravagant, the Muslims. If you see a Ferrari driving down one of these roads, you know it's an Asian brother, a Muslim brother, or an Arab brother. The Muslims are the most extravagant, the same in London. So I'm thinking, are we doing it on purpose? Like, we just want to do the opposite of what our religion teaches. I'm being honest, I thought there was a lot of hate amongst it, but I've never witnessed hatred like I've seen it in Islam. How people hate each other and attack each other and want to argue and fight. We didn't even have time for that. We didn't even have time for that before, that kind of arguing and bickering. It was like, life wasn't like that. Now it's like, everyone's excited. Not just the hatred, even the humiliation, like what you were talking about before. I've never seen a set of people so excited about humiliating people, another person in their religion. Even the racism, I'm being honest, before Islam, I never felt insecure about my race. I was cool. Now, I've never witnessed racism like I have amongst the Muslims. Like, I've had someone say to me, when the parents were asked about marriage, it's between us. The parents were asked about marriage. I said, what's your parents saying? He said, you're going to laugh. I said, what do you mean I'm going to laugh? Why? What did they say? She's like, just don't take my, it wasn't my dad, it was my mum. I was like, she's like, don't tell me he's black. And I was like, yeah, he's black. And she was like, I feel sick. I need to go to the toilet. Are you for? And I said, you for real? But she's laughing like, yeah, I told her, mum, that's racist. You can't say that. And she was like, no, I'm not being racist, but come on, like, don't you want to have good-looking children? I said, yeah. She goes, don't worry, I'll talk them around. I was like, no, forget that. Forget talking them around. I'm out. I was thinking, is this what's going on? I never experienced that. So I'm thinking to myself, did I really go in the shop, buy a can of beans, go home and I got corn? Like, did you cheat? Is this, I'm never, and then I realized, you know what it is? It's like everyone wants like what they don't have, in a sense where I understood why I was the way I was. My bad habits, my lust for certain things and my ambition for certain things, because I didn't have those role models. I didn't know about this religion. But now, when I travel the world and I see the Muslims all over and I see this sickness, I proper don't understand why. Because I'm thinking, but we knew though. You lot knew. Like your dad did tell you about Uthman ibn Affan, Abu Bakr Siddiq, Umar ibn Khattab. You did know about them from young. You did know about Khadija and Aisha. You did. You was going madrasa. You did know about all of these things. Your parents was actually pushing, like you knew. You had all these role models. You didn't need to search for it somewhere else. You actually knew the secret to happiness from young. You actually knew there was a paradise after this life. You already know. So you didn't need to get lost in this life. You had that gem. You didn't need to. Now sometimes it's hard because I've tasted it. One sheikh said to me, I know why it's hard for some reverts, because you've got like these movies in your head of what you lived and what you've seen before. You actually didn't even need to. But then I just think, you know what it is? It's like you just all become complacent. Like to me, I'm not excited about certain things because I've done it. I've seen it. I'm more excited about this. But then the Muslims, they've been doing it for years. They've been doing these prayers. It's almost like robotic now. Now they're excited about something else. I know one sister wanted last year of university and she took off her hijab, but she was wearing it from like 9 years old. She took it off in her final year of university. And her best friend said to her, like her sister, like, what are you doing? Why you take it off? She said, look, don't judge me, man. Don't judge me. Like, it's me. And she said, no, but why though? You're my inspiration. Why are you taking it off, sis? Like, what's wrong? And I had a big argument. And she said, listen, I know I'm going to put it back on. As I said, I know I'm going to put it back on. This is my final year of university. After university, I know I'm going to put it back on. My parents are going to get me married, and I'm just going to wear it for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be good. But now it's my final year of university. I just want to see what it's like. I just want to know what it's like. I just want to see what it's like. I want to know what it's like hanging around with the guys. Want to know what it's like going to a club. I don't want to get married and feel like I missed out on something. I want to know what it's like. I don't want to feel like I missed out. So she said, yeah, but you never know. She goes, look, just leave me. Stop judging. They had a big argument. 2 weeks later, that sister died. Outside a nightclub. And we think we know better than the one who created us. They set us guidelines because they know best. They know best. And then, so we do our own thing. And then when we break down, we question it. Like I drove here from London on the motorway, couple-hour drive. When I drive up here, in the new cars, you have to add blue. It said on the screen, add blue. So I put this add blue in the car. I put diesel in the car because that's what it says. Check the manual, put diesel in. I'm listening to Mercedes. They tell me what to do. I'm doing what they tell me to do. I'm not going to go in the petrol station and say, you know what? I heard the advert, Red Bull gives me wings. Let me put Red Bull in the car because it might fly. I drive up there and halfway up to Birmingham, I'm phoning Al Hikmah saying, the car's broke down. Of course it's broke down. I've done my own thing. But you know this. But in life, this is what we're doing. The manufacturer, Allah who created us, has given us the guidelines on what to do. And we're that kind of pushing that aside and saying, no, I'm going to just do my own thing because I think this is going to work. And then what happens? We break down on this journey. And when we break down, we're crying, we're in our room and we don't understand why we're breaking down. You should understand because you tried to do it our own way. I'm a victim of this as well. And you know what? I have to go back. So I love coming to these talks. I listen to my brother speak and it always gives me reminders. Every day, yesterday I was out in Scotland, it reminds me to come back. Don't get taken off. We have to work with each other. We've got to lose that hatred, lose that racism, lose all of those things and work with each other. When you see someone off, you bring them back. You're off because tomorrow it might be me off. Help me up. Be the family. Come back. And what does Allah say continuously in the Quran? Remember me and I will remember you. That's the way to get the true happiness. We just got to remember Allah and Allah will take care of all of our affairs. That's the answer.